who wanna move on 'em? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. So the feastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who they we ignite and
What's up, man, to everybody that's braving the storm. Maybe you're in your basement because you think you're going to die. Who knows? I just woke up. My wife's sending me videos out the window, but here we are. You might notice Dale's not here because he lives in East Bumfuck, Egypt. And out there, they got fragile electricity.
And as I told Shop before the show, we're just surprised as hell that our electricity is even working right now, man. It's bad out there. If you plan on going dancing in the rain or doing something stupid outside, don't do it.
Hey, check this out, Greg. If the Bengals end up losing on Sunday, Dustin's going to suck a fart out of my ass.
Well, we'll write that one down, Dustin.
Good thing you didn't say that last week.
Well, that's a winner for you, Chop, right?
Well, I got to tell you, I've never had a fart sucked out of my ass.
You know what, man? I can't say I had it either.
I look forward to the experience. At least now I have a silver lining if the Red Rifle keeps his winning record over the Bengals on Sunday.
Hey, but anyway, let's say hi to the people in the chat right now. Stranger, Chris, Dustin, Rock and Bangle. What's up, bro? Crypt, Darth, what up, dog? And Chris, that better be on the air. Yeah, let's hope so. That's on the air.
It will be, but it'll be on Pornhub because we can't put that shit on YouTube. They'll take it down.
Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be.
A special Pornhub edition of Bengals and Brews.
So, Chop, besides the crap weather we have today, how we doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Let me just say before I forget, Rockin' Bengals in here, and Rockin' Bengal, I got your sleeves. Stop down to lot 1 before the Ravens game, and I got your sleeves came in the mail, and I already put them in my stadium bag so I wouldn't forget them. But, yeah, look. Apparently all hell's breaking loose outside. I got no idea, man. I slept like a fucking baby. My alarm woke me up, pissed me off, but here in the fuck I am. Dale's not here. Actually, Dale called me at 3, told me he's got no electricity and he can barely get his phone to work. So here we are. Derek's racing to the airport. Derek's vacation got extended out 3 extra weeks because of the fucking weather, because they had to keep him out of it. So he floated around on a cruise ship. It sucks to be Derek. And had a few days vacation, but now he's on a mission to race to the airport to try to make a flight.
But Chop,
so here we are. Greg.
The show must go on. We got this. The Chop Savage edition. You know what is a good combo with Greg and Chop?
What is
50 it? 50 West Beer, Midwest Best Barbecue, proud sponsors of the show. When you're sitting in that rain, there's only two reasons to go out and risk your life in the rain right now. Go to Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West Beer.
Yeah,
people be careful.
That's right. But remember, it is raining out, and you are going to a business, so make sure shirt and shoes are included, and you can get both those things at the fucking Chop Shop.
Yes, you can, and the Chop Shop. Mate, Chop Shop umbrella would not be a bad idea right now, Chop, to be in the making.
Well, I don't have one of those, Greg. So if you're going there looking for an umbrella, you can find like a hat, and that'll keep the top of your head dry.
Hey, but that's something to think about in the future, huh?
Yeah. Maybe
Chop Shop umbrella.
I have to look at that, man. See what I can do.
Hey, look who we got in the chat here. Our man Foxy. What up, Foxy, dude? Foxy, I tell you what, this dude has the strongest neck in the entire world wearing all those chains. Foxy, always good seeing you, buddy. We love you, bro.
Foxy's like a fucking animal that hibernates in the off season. Like in the off season, I wondered if Foxy was still alive. Like, where's Foxy? And then we went down to the preseason game. There's Foxy. He showed up with 1 or 2 chains.
1 or 2.
He's known
Griff, just look at that 12 o'clock shadow. Greg Luther Woo. Look, here, mama, comes that man again. Well,
Greg's going to shave. Don't fucking lie.
No, we never know.
Well, let's see what happens this week. Leave it this week, and let's see what happens.
No. I'll leave it alone this weekend. I promise you.
What day did you shave last?
Last day I shaved was when you saw me at the event.
So it was the day after you told Corey Dillon you wouldn't shave.
Yes.
That was the last day you shaved.
That was the last day. So, yes. So I didn't think anybody, clearly people were noticing. Yeah, I got myself a little shadow going on. But you know what? I'm going to try something different. It's Hail Mary time, Chop. You got to take everything out. You got to do everything wrong.
Right.
I'm not wearing any underwear right now as we
Here's
speak.
the deal, Greg. Actually, I am, but that's all. I'm wearing the shirt and underwear because I just woke up. But here's the deal. Now, if you do shave, you have to suck a fart out of Dustin's ass.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Dustin, it's going to be like the fucking human centipede down there in lot 1, possibly, depending on if Greg shaves and if we lose or win. It's going to look like a mini human centipede at the Bengals and Brews Rally Around the Natty Project Game Day tailgate in lot 1, where it's spectacular. If you haven't been to our tailgate, look, here's the deal, man. Free tacos, free Buskin cookies, free 50 West beer. Free. Just this last week we had free Midwest. You fucking missed it. Sorry about your luck, but we're gonna have them coming up again. And I think this one we even got Script Coffee. Is that one?
Yeah, no. So yeah, the lineup. Yeah, like Chop said, Condado. We will always have Condados for every tailgate and all that. This one will be Script Coffee. Shout out to them for doing it. And thank you for pointing that out since we're kind of talking Project Game Day. Come Tuesday, October 1st, for the month of October, there's a good this is a popular coffee, Tiger Joe. If you buy 1 bag of Tiger Joe, a small portion of the proceedings will go to Project Game Day. So if you're a coffee person, please check that out. It's really cool.
Right. All right.
That's it for the time being.
Let me just ask you this, Greg. Where are you at in your morning from Monday night? Have you went through your grieving process?
Look, no, you know what, Chop? If you noticed the show a couple days ago, how I get when fans vent, I do get irritated, but in this case, Chop, I can't blame anybody for venting.
Right.
I just can't. I can't.
Look,
I can't.
I don't want to be the guy say I told you so, but I fucking told you so about Jaden Daniels. I
never ignored you. I knew he was going to be a problem. Did I think he was going to complete 91% of his passes? Absolutely not. But Jaden Daniels, dude, he did a great job. Like I say, so this is what I'm thinking to myself. Like, look, it's do or die. I mean, look, Chop, I'm happy. Like I say, I said to the Lord, thank Lord, I got you as my friend. I got Dale as my friend. I got a bunch of people as my friends and all that. Because if I was all by myself just watching the Bengals, I'd be even more miserable.
Yeah,
thank God for that.
In a ball crying.
Yes, I would be right now. So thank God I got to.
He's always giving us so much money, man. Let's give him this answer for free. He's asking, defense put aside, what is your vibe on the season? Like our record, a true sign. This is actually who we are. Like we're saying, let me tell you, man. And I maybe I'm giving them too many chances, but this is like a parent with your kid. I'm giving them one more chance because I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. Our defense this last game was fucking horrid. But if for some reason, I think, to tell you the truth, someone was asking me last night, like, how many yards do you think Andy Dalton's going to get? And I'm like, bro, I think around 2 or less, because I think this defense is going to come out fired the fuck up because they just got fucking smacked hard. If they can't do it in this game, then
we're in trouble.
What the fuck, man?
Dude,
I don't even know what to say about that.
Chop, man, you going for, is that where you start picking up the phones about T. Higgins already?
I don't know. I don't think.
Let's not talk about that. I'm just saying.
I honestly think that the Bengals aren't going to do a goddamn thing. And I would love it if they would do something to change the way I feel about that. But my feeling is that, let's say that we're fucking, I don't know, what's the trade deadline? How many weeks in is the trade deadline?
The trade deadline, that's a good question. I think it's in October. I think it's in November sometime.
They'll run the week up to that, lose every game to that, and then do nothing. They'll do nothing. But, like you were talking about, we'll just talk about a little bit here. I also said this, like, if you're not going to have T here next year, if he is not part of the plan, and we are at whatever point the trade deadline's coming up and we have no chance, you're just like, well, we're going to have to focus on next year. Let's get through this year, focus on next year, get things fixed. Why not get something out of something you're not going to have next year. If you take the names off of it and just use it like chess pieces or whatever, so it doesn't become personal to you, and you got a piece and you're like, I am not going to have this next year, and this year it's not benefiting me, but I could benefit from it if I let someone else use this piece. I mean, you're talking, maybe you could get a first-round pick at that point if you got somebody that needs a receiver really bad, or maybe a second-round pick. And a player, who knows? And we could fucking use one on the defense.
Exactly. I mean, you know what? It's like, I don't want to be like I say. I know I started the whole thing with the trade process, but no, I get what you're saying, Chop. You're absolutely right. I mean, you got to start thinking. I mean, like, and for T, if some team called said offered a fourth round for T, you'd have, because like you look what the Chiefs did by trading that good corner, and they only got a fourth round pick because they knew he was a free agent after this year.
Fourth round pick for T is like flipping you off and smacking you in the face, I feel like. And it doesn't it doesn't matter how desperate they think we are or sure that we're going to trade him. I wouldn't do that just off principle.
No, Chop, I agree with you. I'd be pissed off too, but looking what the Chiefs got for that corner they traded, you know who I'm talking about, to the Titans. I thought he was a first round pick worthy, but you saw what they got. I mean, but like I say, who knows?
Well, we're talking though mid-season with a team that just needs a receiver. Like, okay, so let's just take for an example, the Giants aren't sucking, and then the when Malik Neighbors fell yesterday and hurt his shoulder. Let's just say that he had to have surgery on his shoulder or something, and so all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck? Because there will be a team like that, but at the same time they got to have some kind of monster defensive piece, unless they're going to give us like,
and if you have a bidding war going on.
Although, Greg, Optimistic Chop is here.
We're optimistic.
Like I said, let's go to Carolina. Let's let them play that game.
And remember, Chop, we were 1-3 a point last year. So, yes, no, Dustin, I agree. I've always said that. You never go any team. We were going to play the Patriots. I was nervous about this. We shouldn't have lost to them. The Patriots have been getting their asses kicked ever since they beat us. Dude, I've always been that type of person. You take every team seriously. I get more nervous against the teams we're supposed to beat.
Dude, Bengals play so many fucking trap games every goddamn year. I mean, there's not a year that you can't go back and remember a trap game. The worst one was Mike White. I don't know, man. Maybe the worst one was Jaden Daniels, to be honest, because Jesus Christ, man. Like you said, over 90% accuracy, and he threw some deep balls too.
No, and listen to this, Chop. Listen to this. 3 touchdowns, 2 incompletions. Where the hell have you ever heard of a game where a guy who played the whole game pretty much with more touchdowns than incompletions? Dude, Jaden, I'll tell you what. All right, I want your opinion on this because you know Jaden better than I do. Was that a lucky throw to McLaurin in the end zone? Was he just lucky?
No. Dude. I'm telling you, he got hit. On that play, he got hit. Like, he couldn't have thrown the ball any better if he was standing still and nobody was around him. If it was just him and Terry out there playing a game of catch, he couldn't have threw that ball any prettier.
No,
I'm telling you, like, I think people were like pre-draft, like Jaden doesn't have an accurate deep ball. I don't agree with that at all, man. I've seen him make so many good plays to Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr.
They sure could have fooled me on that. Yeah.
I told you that he would be rookie of the fucking year.
Hey, Chop. I backed you up the entire time. I said I would have taken him over Caleb Williams.
Well, you know me. I said that the Chicago should have packaged up a deal where they could have made a trade and got Daniels and Neighbors in that first round.
Well, that wouldn't have been a bad idea.
He fucked it up, though.
Yeah, exactly. But like I say, Chop, Colin Cowherd, and my dad was talking to me about this. Colin Cowherd went on the radio. You know how Colin Cowherd loves the Bengals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he says the Bengals are cheap. I don't think they're cheap. I'm so tired of hearing this. I get it. I understand fans are upset with the whole Chase situation. I get that. But, I don't want to hear that crap, those same old Bengals. I'm tired of hearing that. Look, man, we have injury issues. I'm not making any excuses for the defense. We have injury issues that are going on right now. I mean, Sam Hubbard today, we just found out he was dealing with a hamstring injury. That would explain a lot right now. But still,
it would explain a lot on Sam's end, and you're not going to stop an athlete from going out there and playing.
No, you're not. You are not going to stop
that. To tell you the truth, that whole fucking deal's on the Bengals, I think. And when you say not the same old Bengals, I don't know, Greg. My fucking Bengals PTSD has held up strong this season.
Me too.
If Trey goes out there and balls out, Doesn't matter because
Doesn't matter. He's
10 other guys on the goddamn team ain't doing shit.
No. Crip, we get what you're saying, but Trace had plenty of good games, and you
can't do it alone.
He's not the whole defense.
It's a team sport.
Shout out to Dustin here for the super chat. Thank you so much, Dustin.
Go ahead, Greg.
If Hubbard and Bell get majority of the snaps, this coaching staff is shell of them former selves. Once fun, now old and stale with their methods. You know what? Yeah. I mean, you look, Chop. I mean, like Dale's been talking about this forever. I mean, you see what Dale posts on the Bruce account on Twitter. I mean, Jordan Battle. If you're Jordan Battle right now, what are you saying to yourself?
Well, let me ask you this: if you're a Bengals fan, which you are, do you actually think that during this game or any game coming up in the near future that you will see Jordan Battle on the field near 50% of the time, or anybody like Miles Murphy's on the IR? That's a bad
that's
thing.
That's
like anybody besides Sam Hubbard out there, like who's our other defensive end? McKinley Jackson?
No, Osai.
He's the center.
Osai.
Well, yeah, I know Osai, but there's I thought we had another one. Anyway, that's what Dale's here for usually.
I was talking to a buddy. I want to go to that quickly. I guarantee you their plan was to have Miles Murphy in most of the time at defensive end, but when he got hurt, they're telling Sam. Oh, Cedric Johnson. Dustin, thank you.
Okay, there you go.
He played well too. Dale was very high on him in his draft guide. And speaking of which, the draft guide is out right now. It's never too early to talk about draft, especially right now.
I know.
Like,
let's get defense.
Exactly. Get defense. And I've already scrolled through it, and it's already awesome. I wish I had Dale's knowledge right now for what he does.
So do I, especially since his electric goddamn went out, and here we are.
Yeah, and Dale
got betting props and everything else. We don't have that bullshit.
We're just
bullshitting about football.
Yeah, we're just bold. Me and Chop are just bullshitting right now. But go ahead, Chop.
Let's go to Carolina. Let's get a fucking win. Like I fucking put on Twitter. We started 3-0 or 0-3 last year, and some guys like, we didn't start 0-3 last year. If you do a podcast, you should know. And I looked it up, like, what the fuck? And he's right. We started 1-3 last year. So I said, my bad, my B. Hopefully we can still have the same record as last year, because it can either be tied with last year at 4 games, or we can be worse than last year at 4 games, but we can't be any better.
Exactly. No, 1-3. So that's a positive to look at. Like I say, I know I get overly positive, but you know what? That's just me. Like I say, it's a hard time right now. This is Bengals fans. This is where the Bengals need us the most, even at the worst of times. It's like being a Bengals fan is like a marriage, for better or for worse. For better or for worse, we're at the worst right now. They still need us as fans to be cheerful. I understand it's hard. I get why fans are venting, but like we even said at the end of the show, we're still going to root hard for this team, and that's what we need to keep doing as of right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going through their heads there, Dustin, but I agree. I don't fucking get it, man. I just don't get it. I always tell myself in my head, like, man, Chris, you are not a fucking NFL coach. It's not like I know all these numbers and shit like a lot of people, but I'm just like, man, what the fuck, man? Because like Battle last year, I thought he was rated really good as a safety, especially against the run. And now you brought Von Bell back, and do I think the communication got better? I do. I do. I think the communication got better in the backfield between the linebackers and the defensive backs. I do. But the play, look, that was Dustin. All right, well, my B, Dustin. But the I fucking lost my train of thought.
No, it's okay.
Where was I at, Greg? Rewind.
The play, you said.
Just before that.
No, something about Von Bell and the play, you said.
Yeah, the playing on the field hasn't improved.
No, it hasn't. Well, we talked about this in the offseason, that Von Bell, we thought they were going to have like a little special position for him. I was not expecting him to overtake, honestly, Jordan Battle's position or anything. I thought they're going to create like a little special position for Von Bell in certain packages at times. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Chop, I didn't know he was going to take Jordan Battle's job. I mean,
right?
like
You didn't think Jordan Battle was going to see 0 fucking snaps on Monday Night Football, right?
absolutely not. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed a lot less of this year is Jordan Battle's brother on Twitter.
And another one, DJ Turner.
Yeah.
Your guy, DJ Turner.
Yeah.
Get him one now. Now, I'll say this. DJ Turner, we all won as the slot, but Mike Hilton had good numbers Monday night. So good.
I think that he started off the season not great.
He started off the season not great, but DJ
game.
Yeah, but Dax Hill was not playing very well Monday night, Why couldn't we plug in DJ Turner? See him get more snaps. I don't know either, Chuck. We're not coaches, but yeah.
Maybe we should throw Zach Taylor a link and ask him.
Yeah, let's throw him a link right there.
Randomly threw Zach Taylor a link. He click on it and be like, "What the fuck is this?" And then next thing you know, he's on the show. And we're like,
right, exactly.
Hey, Taylor, what the fuck, man, about Jordan Battle? And he would be like, guys, I wasn't going to tell anybody, but let me just tell you guys. And then he would give us the exclusive because we're fucking Bengals and Brews, and we drink beers and we talk football.
Exactly.
Sometimes,
but I want to get, like I say, back to the game. Let me ask you this, because you can compare that Jets game that 1 year with Mike White to this game, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels did a good job, but maybe you saw it different than I did. He really didn't do anything well. Guys were just open most of the time. He had all the time in the world to throw. Yeah. He probably could have had himself a cup of coffee in the backfield, drinking that cup of coffee while he was holding the ball. I mean, good Lord, he had all the time in the world.
I got to tell you, though, I think Joe had a lot of time on a lot of plays also. But Joe didn't play a bad game. Like, Joe's game is not in question here.
No. If anyone comes at Joe, you're stupid for coming at Joe. Offense put up 33 points. Joe threw for 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards. You scored 33 points on offense. You should not lose a game, period. If anybody's playing the game on Joe, that is stupid. If anything, I don't want Joe to get turned into another Carson Palmer where he's like, get me the heck out of here or something.
One of the guys at work last night, Kinley, was asking me what I thought the score would be, and he just made me pick a score, and I'm like, 34-17. He was like, all right, I'm betting that. Carolina, 34-17. And I said, let me tell you something there, Kinley. I said, you go ahead and do that. I said, but if you think that the Bengals that you saw on Monday night are only going to put up 17 fucking points, I said, maybe our defense is suspect. Let's see what happens. But if you think that the Bengals are going to come out there and play like they played on Monday and only put up 17 points, that's your fucking money. Go ahead. And he's like, well, yeah, I might have to bump that up.
Right now, and if I'm any, and I don't know why the Chiefs didn't try to do this more. If you're trying to beat the Bengals right now on defense, just beat them with the running game. It's that simple. I mean, our running game has just been a problem to us. We never fixed the running game from last year. It's been a problem. I know we have injuries, McKinley, Jackson, Jenkins, but you can't put it on rookies. And Sheldon Richardson, by the way, he's not playing. Once again, he's already said he's not playing. And I forget who the other DT, he said BJ Hill, he's doubtful. So, buddy, I get it. Injuries happen, but guess what? Good teams find a way to win with injuries.
Well, look, Chris Jenkins got one game under his belt. So there's your practice, buddy. It's time for you to get out there and be the mutant that everybody calls you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching Chris Jenkins on that last game because, after when he was in there for the whole game, I was interested to see how he did. And I don't think he really had too bad of a game.
He really didn't. No, and I tell you what, you were talking about the offensive line. I think that's why we as fans are so frustrated. We finally – can you imagine if we had the offensive line in our Super Bowl season? I mean, God dang it, man. We'd be perfect and all that. Our offensive line, outstanding. I was so happy to see our offensive line doing so well. Mims came in there. I mean, I know he gave up 1 sack, but he did a great job for getting thrown in there already. Mims did an outstanding job for a first start.
Gatto Baby says he loves Joe, but he's unathletic looking when he runs. Look, man, I don't disagree, but you know who else I think looks funny when they run is Pat Mahomes. And he gets some big chunk yards when he runs. I think that dude, and he's always running with his tongue hanging out and shit. So I agree that Joe's not – he doesn't look like Jaden Daniels running the ball. That's for damn sure. But, I mean, he's good for 9 yards. He sees that field open, he'll run it.
No, exactly.
I do agree. He doesn't look like the most athletic runner. But like I said, I always think about when Pat Mahomes run, it doesn't look Pat Mahomes looks like he's just like stumbling through shit.
Joe runs when he has to. He runs when he has to. Is he the best runner in the world? No, but he's smart when he runs. I get what you're saying, baby. But yes.
Right.
If they
What do you
guarantee
think
money,
about what Chris here says about playing 3 linebackers instead of 3 cornerbacks?
3 linebackers instead of 3 cornerbacks. Does Carolina start? I mean, I've always been a big fan of Akeem Davis-Gaither. He got a lot of playing time Monday night. I don't know how well he did, but yeah, no, I'm not against that instead of 3 CBs. Something's got to change. I mean, do something. I mean,
look, only thing's got to change is first thing's got to change is let's learn how to tackle.
Yeah, missed tackles.
Let's learn when you put your hands on a man, bring him down.
Yes.
Get him to the ground. If they could if you just took all the tackles this year and went 50% better on the tackling, the result might be different. The tackling is atrocious.
All right, well, Chop, let's put it this way. You say if you shuffle around the linebackers to the corners, if your defensive line is bad, it doesn't matter if you have 5 corners or 1 linebacker or 4. Well, maybe a little bit, obviously, but you get what I'm saying. Your defensive line, if your defensive line is struggling, then it really doesn't matter what you do with your defensive backs or your linebackers in the backfield.
Yeah, well, we're going to see. I'm not trying to overlook the offense because they had a great game on Monday night. Let's do it 2 in a row. Let's do it 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. And I also read a thing that it said Jamar Chase acts a lot more happy now, and it's because he said that when he started the season, he just wasn't in the right mindset. But when on Monday night, when he got some big plays, that changed his mindset, and he's excited now. He's happy to see the big plays back. So am I. I mean, how many times we get on here and talk about this fucking dink dunk shit, throwing the ball lateral, behind the line of scrimmage, losing yards. I mean, you got arguably the top 2 talent at wide receiver, and you're fucking throwing the ball 2 yards, negative a yard, 7 yards. What the fuck, man? And Jamar Chase showed what he could do, and Joe put his trust in him this time and made some big chunk plays. And you're not only just making, and your boy Yoshi, you're not only making the player on the field happy by Jamar Chase, you're making all the fans happy too, because we're all wondering what the fuck is up with the short game. I understand the short game worked great for Tom Brady. He won 6 championships off the short game, but it seems like it's not working anymore with our offense. The short game. The big chunks.
No more screen passes. Oh my Lord! I mean, we get burnt by them all the time, but it's not working for us. I don't know if our receivers just have the blocking skills to be doing something like that. But the screen passes are not working. Like the Panthers game, I was concerned if Joe was hurt or something. But I tell you what, I want to point one thing out about Joe. That block he put with his bad shoulder, he looks just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
What's that?
We got a Panthers fan in the house.
All right. Well, hey, good luck to you, man. But
good luck to you.
You better take advantage of this defense, because our offense is clicking right now, Mr. Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it's going to be an offense again. But you know what, Andy Dalton.
And congratulations on benching Bryce Young, because, man, he ain't it. But we love Andy Dalton, so we don't love him enough to want him to win this Sunday, but I'm not going to lie, man. I love Andy Dalton, and he ever goes on that Ring of Honor thing, and I'll write his name down.
I sure will too, man. I mean, Andy Dalton, man, I thought at times fans came at him so much. I thought he was unfairly treated here at times. I mean, he got us to the playoffs 5 years in a row. I mean, yes, he had a good team. He had a good team around him.
We were hanging out this weekend with Corey Dillon and all the other Bengal players. Somebody was mentioning something about the fans don't see the normal thing, but AJ Green, a lot of times would not run routes right.
Right.
And everybody always blamed Andy because AJ was supposedly this great fucking talent, when in reality, it wasn't all Andy when he was missing AJ. It was AJ didn't know how to run a lot of different routes. I got to tell you, when he went out to Arizona, he didn't do great either, did he?
What's that?
And I'm not dogging AJ Green. Look, I love AJ Green.
No, we love AJ Green. But the thing of it is, the thing of it is here. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. Andy Dalton, man, dude. When AJ McCarron came in, I was happy we drafted AJ McCarron out of Alabama. He was a great backup to have. But I got it says, as the Panthers fan, if you're watching here, this is what I'm going to say.
Right, too. I get it, man.
Yeah. It should be a good game. Yeah, Bryce said, no, I understand. But when Andy got hurt, and like people were telling me before Andy got hurt that year when he was having the MVP season, start AJ McCarron. You should at least give him a chance. Andy is putting up MVP numbers for us. Why would you bench Andy Dalton? And I'm not trying to come at AJ McCarron right now, but what did AJ McCarron do when he got a chance to start at Buffalo? It didn't work out. He couldn't even win the job there. But of course, I had one person tell me that's because the Bengals ruined AJ. How did we ruin AJ McCarron? How do we ruin AJ? How was that our fault? But see,
look, we got another one. We're being taken over by the Panthers fans.
Yeah, we're getting taken over by the Panthers fans here.
It's all good, man. This is a safe space.
Hey, this is a safe spot.
Hey, look, we love the game of football. We just happen to love the Bengals more than all the rest of the teams. And there's a meter. I got a level. Like Carolina, I don't hate them, and I think it's just because they haven't been a threat. Look, hopefully, we're Bengals fans, so we know what's up, man. So hopefully your team gets it together too, just not this Sunday.
Right, exactly. We hope it's a good game. And by the way, I hope the weather down in Carolina is doing okay for you right now, but compared to it is for us right now.
For the two Panthers fans that are in here, I'm just interested to see what their reaction was when Bryce Young was initially drafted. What was their feeling when the first overall pick and they took Bryce Young? I mean, because an outsider looking in, I thought they fucked up. I thought,
I didn't think it'd be that bad, but you saw the former coach; he quit because he wanted CJ Stroud. So I didn't think it was going to be that. I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
I mean, you know what? Maybe he holds the clipboard. He watches Andy finish out the rest of the season. Maybe he comes in there and he does good. I don't know next year.
And Andy and him had a good after. Like they both really like each other. They both get along really well. Andy, I'm glad he has Andy there. Andy would be a great mentor to him to help him out because Andy's been around the league. I mean, I would still want Andy Dalton as my backup on my team.
Oh, yeah.
And Andy proves
– I've said that plenty of times.
He's proven he can win. He proves he can win. I mean, Andy Dalton, man, I mean, he has had a good –
He's proven it to the Bengals 2 out of 3 times.
Yes. And the time we beat him when he was at the Saints, it was close. We should have beaten the living crud out of him, and he still almost beat us. But thank goodness for Chase.
We should beat the living crud out of him again on Sunday, but let's see what happens. I sure in the hell ain't counting nobody out, goddammit, especially after Monday. I didn't count out the Commanders, and I sure in the fuck ain't counting out no other teams.
Absolutely not. Okay. Here's what Panthers Paul said right here. I never wanted to draft Rice, and he has been a detriment to our franchise. We know what that's like. Trust me.
Meanwhile, you see Caleb Williams in Chicago because of that. I mean, not that you also know that I don't think Caleb Williams was the best quarterback in this last draft. I think it was Jaden Daniels, but I mean, you get one or two. Yeah. You get one or two of them, and both of them are better than Bryce Young. I just don't understand why just because you win a championship means you're automatically great.
Marshall says we got that Andy Candy. Oh,
right. The Red Rifle.
That's awesome. Yeah, we call him Red Rifle, but that's another good nickname. That's awesome.
He probably kept that nickname, Red Rifle. I think they call him that on the sports channel sometime.
Right. I guess they did.
But anyway, what do you think about the yards Andy puts up against our defense?
You want me to guess how many yards? I would not be surprised at this rate. I would not be surprised if he throws over 300 yards. That would not surprise me.
I don't know, man. I think the defense has. I just try to stay optimistic. Like my grieving process went like for a couple days. Yeah, that's right. It's all good though. It's all love in the football world. Matter of fact, you guys, both of you are invited to the tailgate up here. Yeah. If Carolina ever comes, make sure you stop by for some free food. Stop by.
But anyway,
go ahead.
I guess we should get back to you said you looked up the over-unders, Chop, for the game?
No, I didn't, but I can go to my Dale has them usually set up for on here, but like I said, man, his fucking internet went out, so I'll just look at one of my betting apps here, and then we'll go to the game and we'll roll through some and see what you think. First, I have to log.
Well, while you're looking this up, I'm going to scroll back to another comment here. Anthony here from Rule the Jungle podcast asks, "Hey guys, if you had to predict the number of yards the defense would allow, how many would you say?" More than I'd like to admit.
You just said Andy Dalton's going to throw for over 300, so that's where he stands, Anthony.
Hey, look, I hope the Bengals are watching this that we put a fire in them right now.
I said mine was that Andy Dalton will throw for 200 or 300 yards less. He'll throw for 200 yards or less.
Right.
Hold on, I'm looking up the game here. Here we go. So the Cincinnati Bengals the spread is 4.5 Bengals. So I take spread. I would take the spread again. Let's just do this here. Boom. Take the spread. Player passing touchdowns. Okay, Joe Burrow, the over-under is 1.5 over. What do you think?
He's going to go over.
And the line is exactly the same on Andy Dalton, 1.5.
Over. It's going to be an offensive game.
All right. And passing yards, Joe Burrow, the line is 260. Over or under?
That'll be close. Scott, what did I say?
How's Carolina against the run?
Well, I know they just lost their top defensive player for a year. Their DT.
Yeah.
I know they. I don't know a whole lot about Carolina. I know they're in trouble, but
you know what, man? It's I'm going to take the over with Joe.
Yeah,
I also said the under 200 with Andy, so I'll take both of those.
Right.
So right now my parlay is up to 650 plus 650. Player rushing yards. All right.
Here we go.
Chuba Hubbard, his is set at 60.5.
Well, the way our run defense is going, I guess.
I don't think we did too bad against the Commanders with the run defense.
Well, no, we
did
better than expected. It was Eckler who was giving us issues, and Daniels. We actually it seems like they just only concentrated on Robinson, but you got to remember we had Eckler. Eckler was at the start was giving us problems. Jaden Daniels. So it was mainly Eckler and Daniels that were giving us issues.
Right. Well, what do you think about?
All right, it'll be around there. I'm still gonna say over.
So. Zach Moss, he's set at 53.5, and let's just do both Bengals. So total, Chase Brown is set at 31.5. So you're looking at 80, close to 85 yards total from the two running backs from the Bengals. What do you think?
85 yards total, it'll be over. But I'm going to tell you this right now: nothing against Zach Moss. I think I'll have under 50 yards. Give Chase Brown the ball, boy. 31 yards. Yeah. That's an insult.
Well, good. Let me take the over on Chase Brown. All right.
Yes.
Now I'm at 1,100. Receiving yards, all right?
All right.
Jamar Chase, receiving yards, the over and under is 76.5.
That's going to be a close one, Chop.
Yeah.
I'll slightly over at 80.
Okay, they got a receiver in here that you might like. It's set at 28.5. Andre Yosivach.
Here's the thing. He's not getting the receiving yards, but touchdowns he's getting. I'm going to go under, but I could easily see him getting 25 receiving yards in all 2 or 3 of those touchdowns.
And T. Higgins is 53.5.
I could see T going over.
So let's just say this. Out of Jamar Chase, 76.5, T. Higgins, 53.5, and then Andre Yosivach, 28.5. Which one do you think I should take for the over?
Out of all those 3, I go T. Higgins over the 51, man. I take the chance on T.
Over 53.5. Or I'm thinking about sliding down here to tight end because Mike Gesicki is 25.5.
Oh, shit. He had like 91 yards receiving. I would.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Him on that over.
But
Chase, as long as we're talking about receiving too, and we were talking about the running backs, Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Zach Moss is 12.5 and Chase Brown is 10.5.
Right.
All right. Receptions. Jamar Chase, over or under 6.5?
Under.
You think under? And
yeah.
For Carolina, Deontay Johnson, the line is set at 5.5.
I know that Thielen's hurt, so I'll say over.
T. Higgins is 4.5.
I think they're going to be starting to throw to T a lot more. I'm going to go over with T. I got a feeling about T.
Yeah, I'm picking that one too. Man, that's making my bet pretty good. I'm plus 2,600 now. Player rushing and receiving yards. So I don't know why is the fucking Jamar Chase included in rushing and receiving yards. So they did bump it up a few extra yards for Jamar Chase, rushing and receiving. I guess they think he's going to run the ball. And the line at that one is 77.5 for Jamar Chase.
Rushing
and receiving. So combined. So like his receiving yards, actually his receiving yards are 76.5, and his rushing and receiving yards are 77.5. So they think he's going to rush for 1 yard.
I guess I'll go under. I said under for Chase, so I guess I'll stick with the under, man.
All right, so that's the player props that they got down in here, and then they got stuff like, just kind of different weird props like first touchdown score. Who do you think that would be? Last week it was Jamar Chase, plus Jamar Chase got 2 touchdowns. Didn't he get 2 touchdowns last week on Monday?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so that would have got you some money there. It's always good, like on these betting things. Like, first of all, I guess I don't condone betting. There's a gambling number, but if you do everything we just said, it's plus 2,600. Now let's just go. I put $10 on it to win 260. So let's.
So me and Shop can go on a cruise. Everybody's going on a cruise this time of year, it seems. So we got to go on a cruise or something.
Boom! I did it. I made. Look, that's the first time I think that we've ever built a parlay on the show, and then I put money on it. So. Absolutely. All that shit happens. I know you didn't write it down, but I did. In my
we got it recorded. It's recorded.
It's in my betting app also.
But there you go.
If all that happens, man, then boom, 260.
Okay. All right, John. So let's do this also.
That was kind of fun. I like doing that.
No, I like that. That was interesting. That got me thinking. So we'll do offense and defense. Each of us picks a player on offense that's going to step up big. Who's your pick on offense?
I don't know. Like someone that didn't step up already? Like another one?
Or it can be anybody that has stepped up, just anybody.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with the same guy I've been saying. Like if we're going to talk about somebody that's going to step up that hasn't really stepped up yet, I'm going to go with the guy that I've been saying for weeks, the guy that I told TJ Hushmanzada. I'm going to go with Jermaine Burton. Now, stepping up for Jermaine Burton could just be 2 catches because he's only had 1 catch.
Exactly. And Chop, even though he has been stepping up more, I want to see more out of Chase Brown.
I'm taking him once again as an anytime touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
And God damn it, one of these days I'm going to hit that one.
And Chop, I will add on with Chase. Even though Chase Brown's still been shown, I want to see more. I want to see them give more to Chase Brown. I understand Zach Moss. I understand the committee, but I want to see more Chase. Chop, man, how many times did we see Chase Brown get the ball? And I call him the microwave because he heats up immediately running. Gosh dang it, man, he heats up immediately.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Chase Brown and Burton are this, and like you said, both him and Burton give you that speed that we need right now.
So we need a lot of need mores. We need more Chase Brown. We need more Jermaine Burton. We need more Jordan Battle. We need more someone besides Sam Hubbard.
Yes. All right. And speaking of that, defense. I think you and I may have the same player here, but let's go.
Who needs to step up on the defense is Chris Jenkins. That's my guy that needs to step up on the defense. That's like we just lost Sheldon Rankins and BJ Hill for some games. So that's a fucking huge deal, man, to lose two starting tackles like that. So my guy to step up on the defense is definitely Chris Jenkins because if they can run on us, then they'll just run on us all fucking day.
Exactly. I'll give you one guy.
Go ahead.
Cedric Johnson.
Okay.
I want to see him step up more. He's a young guy. And Dale and Santori's draft guide, he's still young at 21. You give him playing time, he's only going to get better. He's shown signs of improvement. Give me someone out there to help out Trey Hendrickson. Anyone. I don't care if it's even Mike Hilton has to help blitz at times.
Like I said in our group chat, man, they missed the ball because Carl Lawson was sitting on the practice squad down there in Dallas. We all forgot about him, and they pulled him up. So that would have been a good get off that practice squad as soon as you found out Sam, was hurt because, is he still going to try to play through this thing? Is he even listed as questionable or anything?
No, he's playing, buddy. But, it explains why. Because, they're saying, oh, Sam's up there. And dude, you admire the guy playing, but at the same time, it's showing that he's hurt right now because.
First of all, I love you, Sam.
We all love Sam. Sam.
Sam.
You are a good dude. We all love you, buddy.
But come on, man. Heal up. Listen to your leader, Joe. Joe said he's going to pay more attention to his body and make sure that he's playing at 100%. So, Sam, take a cue from your quarterback and heal up. And let's get someone else in there who's not PFF score isn't a 100% dead fucking last in the NFL.
Looks like I go back. I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone. I mean, I think their plan was to have Miles Murphy get the majority of the snaps, but when he got hurt, they're like to Sam, look, we need you to start picking up the load here, you know?
Well, when did he come back?
We're on the fourth game now. So after this game, he's due to come back after IR.
Is he even practicing now?
I think he's doing side work, but I don't know.
All right.
Chris Crowley asked, are you going to tell me the coaches didn't
Not
know
me.
he was hurt?
I fucking think that there's some shit going on out there that they know, and they're not telling us, to be honest. Like, they know.
That's a good question.
They're goddamn, the difference is they get paid to do that shit. We don't get paid to do this shit. So they better fucking know. And that's what I was saying, like, as far as the team goes, like, if I would have went and did my job last night, like the defense did their job Monday night, guess what, man? I wouldn't have to work tonight because I'd have got fucking fired. It's a sport and it's a game, but at the same time, to some people, and 53 of them down there, it's your fucking job.
It is.
Go out there and perform your job.
Yes.
It's also, even the lowest paid player on that fucking team is getting paid more than I get paid. What about you, Greg? I know you fucking make fucking bank.
Yeah, you know me, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, you got to perform your job. I mean, do people make mistakes? Absolutely. Everybody makes a mistake, but if the mistakes keep continuing.
That's what I'm saying. Greg, that is exactly why I'm saying I'm giving them this game. You fucked it. So week 1, horrid. Both sides, horrid. The second week gives us hope. We're like, hell yes.
Yes.
Now the third game, our offense takes another step forward, and our defense took a huge step back. So what I'm saying is maybe that's just a trap game for the defense, all right?
Maybe it is.
So last week, I got excuses every week, Greg. Let's go week 5 and see what the excuse is. But last week, it was my Bengals PTSD playing to the competition, and I was right. This week, it's a show me that you got it, and that last week was just a defensive fuck up, and we're back on track. That's this game. But if we lose this one, don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
Talk to me.
I may have to take a week off of the shows next week. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. It's not going to be good, but I'm not going into it like that because I honestly, in my head, 100% think that team is way better, not the offense, because they play great. The defense that we saw Monday night is way better than what we saw.
Yes.
Somebody in this locker room has grabbed other guys by their fucking face mask on their helmet and shook them and said, what the fuck?
Well, I remember.
And I haven't heard Cam Taylor-Britt say anything about the Panthers yet, has he?
I've not heard anything either.
Please. I love you. I love your mom. I love your dad.
Oh my gosh.
And goddamn, Courtney and Daryl are like family to me almost.
They're
I love
awesome.
them so much. But please, Cam. And hopefully Courtney's telling him, Daryl's telling him too, just like, shh, shut it, shutty, shh, don't say it. Just go out there and play. You went out there and made the interception of the year so far against Patrick Mahomes. So let's go out there. I don't even want to see any celebrating. Like if they get I honestly don't want to see him run into, let's say that he gets an interception. Don't even run in the end zone. Just hand the ball back to the ref. Make it all business. Let's go down there to Carolina. And sorry to, who was it? I forgot their names. Marshall, and Carolina Panthers Paul. Sorry, but sometimes there has to be a sacrificial animal, and this time it's going to be a Black Panther. Right? So, Greg, what's your score prediction?
The tie's not working.
No.
The tie's not working.
And I want to hear from the Carolina Panthers fans in the chat too, if they're still on there. What's their score prediction?
I'm going to go.
Honest one.
All right, Chop. I'll be honest with you. It's going to be a high offensive scoring game. 31-28 Bengals. It's going to be close.
31-28. So, when I was put on the spot last night, I said 34-17. So I'm going to keep 34-17 Cincinnati. I mean, to tell you the truth, like that 17, I kind of don't like it, but that's what popped into my head. maybe would think in the lower 20s, maybe, but I'm going to stick with 34-17.
All right, yeah. So there you go. Hey, people in the comments, please feel free to throw your score predictions. Even the Panthers fans, we're happy to see you all here. You're all well. Anybody's welcome in the chat. The Chain Boxing guy, 42-24 Bengals.
Hey, goddamn, that's a lot of work. Nobody's running the fucking ball, getting up to 42 points though.
Exactly. It's gonna be high scoring game, and hey, Fox the Chain guy's thinking the same thing I'm thinking and all that. So yeah.
That's what Kenley was telling me last night too, like 40-something points. And I'm like, dude, I said, you realize on Monday Night Football, there was absolutely zero punting. So all they did was score every time either team got the ball. They scored either a touchdown or a field goal, and still under 70 points was scored in that game. So if you're taking two teams over 40 points, you're just like, it's like a huge air assault.
Our buddy Crypt here says Panthers by 2. All right, 2 for me. All right, I appreciate the honesty, Crypt. Like I say, I'm not going to judge anyone. I don't judge anyone.
He's like peacing out the Panthers.
Oh, I see.
Like,
I see. Okay, thank
Panthers,
you.
Bye.
By the way, also, Chuck,
and then he also says, buy 2 for me.
Let's see here. Oh, Foxy here says, yeah, Chop.
Boom.
If we didn't kick the field goal, we would have been over 40 points, and we won the game.
Also, I mean, there's a lot of things you can pick on, but the defense went out there and played like shit. And, if they would have pulled that out, maybe they wouldn't have got the smack in the fucking mouth.
But let me tell you something. Go back to what we talked about Monday. Tuesday, when the Panthers went for a 4th down, that pissed me off. It's the Bengals. It's your home game on a Monday night. The fans are loud, but the Commanders are not scared of you, even on 4th and 4. I mean, good Lord, man, they were not afraid of us at all, and that ticked me off.
I'm not gonna lie, Greg. It was hard to get loud in that stadium the second half. Like I literally so we watched right here, CD.
Yeah,
8,061 yards. We watched him get his jacket, and then I was telling that motherfucker Tyler Kelly, because John bailed out, and I had to take Kelly with me.
Oh, boy.
But he made a bet on the Bengals. He was actually rooting for him while he was sitting there in his fucking Steelers Russell Wilson jersey right next to me, which was better than the Commanders fan sitting on the other side of it.
Right.
But what the fuck was I saying? Once again, man.
You were sitting next to Tyler Kelly.
Lots of things you can point to. Right? Like the blatant pass interference, in the end zone, this or that, but it is what it is. It's football. Mistakes are going to be made. Referees aren't going to be 100%. I'm not against the whole they favor the Chiefs because I personally do feel like they do. But that's smart on the NFL because dumb fucking Taylor Swift, I know you like her, but she brought a lot of revenue to the NFL, so I guess they're protecting their money. What the fuck ever. But, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, man, this is my get-back game. If we come out of this 0-4.
Anthony here says that MF Tyler Kelly jinxed us. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He's tricking us.
He was telling me, like, if John doesn't have a season ticket, he was like, I'll take it. So he wants to get everything. He's a good guy.
But speaking of
on his head or something.
And speaking of good guy, Chop, like I say, there's something more important. Project Game Day. I want to talk a little bit more about your father-in-law, Fred. You're just such a nice guy. He just seemed like he was so happy to be there with everybody. I'm so glad he had such a good time. And also shout out to him. He wrote a very nice comment.
I saw that.
On Facebook. Fred, we can't thank you enough for coming. We are so blessed that you got to come enjoy this. And it means a lot to us that you really had a good time. Thank you, and most importantly, thank you for serving.
Except for Zach Taylor, he fucked it up for Fred.
Yeah, sorry.
God damn it, Zach Taylor.
Sorry about that, Fred. But no,
you can make it up by giving him a personal visit if you want to. I'll come pick you up in Big Fancy. We'll go out to his house, knock on the door. He'll be surprised when he answers the door, and it's me and Zach Taylor.
There you go. Yeah. Just be polite, Chop. As a matter of fact, let's do the place right now. I'm Zach Taylor. You knock on the door. Yes. What is the meaning of this?
Are you Fred or Zach Taylor? Why would
I'm Zach Taylor.
What's the meaning? You're saying to Fred, what's the meaning of this when you knock on the door?
No, I'm kidding. I'm saying to you, Chop, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, well, we're going to go down there and talk to Fred because you fucked up his day. I mean, this guy served in Vietnam. flew missions over Vietnam with the Air Force, served this
Yeah.
country. And then later on, he became, he worked for a nursing home, you know what I'm saying? And took care of old folks. And this is how we repay him by his fucking terrible loss. Come on, Zach, let's go to his house. Let's go say hi to Fred. And
Well,
we'll go
we
over there. And Fred's mom was a baker, so he knows how to bake. So maybe he's got some fresh cookies when we get over there. And we sit down in Fred's living room. And we have some cookies with me, Fred, and Zach Taylor, and we hash it out. And then that'll give Zach Taylor a chance to apologize to Fred for the product that was on the field as far as the defense goes. But then they can talk about the offense, and they can come together over that.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what. So Dusty Langley, who hosts the show Bengals Army, he posts something on Twitter, and you know what? Remember that episode of Hard Knocks where Marvin just goes off on the team in the locker room?
I said that's what should happen. I wish Zach Taylor was in the locker room going, "Man up, you're a fucking pro. Act like it.
Reach down inside and be a fucking pro.
Be a fucking pro." I'm not against that. Like, I imagine that. In my head, Zach Taylor goes in the locker room like, "Man, guys, that was terrible. Come on. Let's all gather around here." And they fucking get in a little kumbaya huddle. I'd like to see some fire from Zach, and I'd like to see some fire from Joe.
Here's what I'll say. Is how much do we really blame on Zach Taylor? How much blame do you put on Zach Taylor?
Well, like I said, this is my get back game, so I'm not trying to throw blame anywhere, but I mean, it's his team.
Yeah,
so
I still believe
ultimately he's responsible for the team.
Right. I still believe in his mindset.
Yeah.
The thing that I do believe in, and that's what I always love about Zach. Like I said, when I met Zach at 50 West Beer, one of the proud sponsors of the show here, Bengals and Brews.
Right.
When I first met him,
Zach Taylor loves 50 West Beer.
Yes, he does. And when I first met him, I just liked what he was wanting to accomplish, what he wanted to do, and I'm so happy to see him succeed. And I still believe in that with Zach. I honestly do. The thing of it is, though, you can't just keep repeating these same mistakes over and over. Now, it's easy for me to say. I'm not a coach. I don't know how to coach. I don't know the first thing about coaching. When I'll give you an example. When Dale or someone tries to teach me something, I'm like, what? Yeah. That's how I am and all that. So it's not easy. But
I'm not the guy. I already told you, I'm the football layman.
I'm just the guy that likes to sit back and enjoy
got some stats. You got some stats. You got some memories. I got the fucking –
yeah.
What's up, guys?
Right, exactly. Dale, you'd have to go to Dale for all that because I couldn't.
Well, before we wrap it up, Greg, somebody told me today's Friday.
What's that?
Well, what's our good luck thing on Fridays?
The dot bot?
The dot bot. We got to have the dot bot.
You got to do the dot bot. 5 o'clock shadow dot bot here, everybody.
That's right, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I was going to find a thing and then just outro you with the dot bot. But you already sat down. So now it's just going to go anyway. And any final words?
Let's just keep the faith, guys.
Bengals and Brews, the podcast crew. Get up an orange arrow, pork chop too. Greg Luther, Big Savage, Dot Bot King, Yoshi Lover, they bring the zing. Cincinnati Bengals, the pride of the city. Join the fun with pork chop bullets, mayor. Listen in, laughter in the air. Bengals and Brews, the ultimate flair. The kings of the mic know they care.
Oh, I got to hit the button.